Well, after that brilliant opening
and sprint their lanes.
There's Brianna Jones with the rebound court. Now start the fourth. Clark on a step back over Griner, and Beaver coming off that performance on Saturday.
And twist. And then
up with the steal. Down low, Jones turns. Indiana held Chicago under Washington as Clark creates some space.
Coverage. She's had two open.
Big play catch, Jones on the drive.
Foul by to commit.
After 8 years in Connecticut. Tanisha Wright.
Without Jordan Canada, I'm doing a good job playing with two bigs so far. See Ryan Howard, the jersey.
Gray on the attack, right up the middle. An assist performance. And, of course, Brittany Griner.
Been able to get on Caitlin Clark immediately most nights. And points of emphasis was freedom of movement.
Point win over Chicago, which was short pass. Here is Jones, finds some space. Howard bouncing, Griner.
Their offense and move her around.
It was a little bit of a disappointing year for Atlanta. Turn that around, massive acquisition.
Your career in Phoenix.
Griner into the air, she'll repost. Griner not career high in rebounding for her. Way found its way to Howard.
Just moving the ball. I don't think Stephanie White will.
Nia Coffey, here's Brianna Jones. Died, it's Mitchell, and Howard there to quick numbers. Bounce pass Howard. Coffey, beautiful runs with the active hands there out on the perimeter.
Which allows you to pressure different, much better defensive effort.
There's Clark. Has led by as many as Howard pops free and died. Hole runs into traffic, flips it up.
It allows her to get it up on the glass.
This year, maybe?
I mean,
I'm going over the floor. The Fever finished 11th for improvement on this season as Griner. Mitchell on the drive gets both of these teams look pretty different.
One thing, right? And then finding situations because the game is all cute defensively in those situations as well.
Two kicks out. Gray's wide open. Looking to answer, but there's an offensive foul first. Two not having major change. And both teams are in the.
Lexi Hull gets the foul.
That huge game on Saturday. She's Maya Caldwell who. Right, that one was further out. Shot clock down to 7. It's a difficult look. Gray left open. Howard battling there with Hull. Fans know that she's had 36.
And also had a 30-point game.
Boston. On to Gray. Jones wraps. Olsen finds some space. Offensive rebound. She will launch in the 4 quarters against Chicago. They've allowed Clark looking to get going. Oh, that.
You can't put Atlanta to the free throw line. Over.
How did she get that dribble?
Women's game. He was excited to see what he does.
Here's Bonner from the maintain. Control of one more challenge. Boston sees 2, lobs it up. Turner.
Oh,
hey there. And off the floor. Struggle to get that one to go, but on an offensive read. Trying to carve out some space.
Pump fake, pump fake, pump fake.
Scored Indiana by 10 points off of the 2. Colson launches. Howard driving on Bonner, gets inside. 3 hands off Bonner, right up the middle. Extra. Bounce pass inside. Turner spins. Bounce pass ahead. Mitchell running. Second quarter. Atlanta only has 2 with 5 assists.
Good tonight. They have been
Howard has to hurry. Howard drives.
The rhythm. You've got to change the rhythm.
As Jones just pulls over Howard.
And get your team maybe playing.
And has the size advantage on Ryan. Howard kicks to Walker. Kimbrough.
Ball in front.
The screen. All sorts of space. Kimbrough on the handoff. Lobs it inside.
Speed the game up a little bit.
Is Clark. Launches and hit. Oh, both of her threes here to then 4. Caldwell.
Funny, it's a real thing. Like she.
Thomas, triple-double queen is.
They believe it.
Backdoor.
And you sprint.
Howard, Jones, and Grinders combined for 20 hard. Clark steps back and.
I'm not sure why they.
Creates. Griner fading, firing. She is a menace on that end. And Stephanie White's had to challenge 2 calls here in the first.
Head-hunting screens, if you know what I mean. About
Mitchell,
right there.
Back for Clark. And 4. Launch ahead. Home. Here, final minutes. Putting on the moves. 5-second differential. Shot clock in game. Bouncing. Boston finishing. And connects. Triple-double watch. Most talent she has ever been around.
I think she's both not single.
Underway from Indianapolis is Howard. Clark will try her luck. Connor sticks with her, turns, fades, fires.
Like Ryan Howard, see a big pass.
Howard left wide open, her third.
Long two.
Piston circling. And draw. Howard on the drive, the left hand.
Just absolutely, it's the opposite.
Boston, pretty crossover, gets to the rim.
So skilled.
In the first half, Howard's already hit on Brianna Turner. And flips off Gray, uses her body, hangs and draws. For Mitchell, she will launch. And
How her team has responded.
Boston
Was way out.
launches.
Just a smart play not to go into any.
You can do it. Mitchell, all sorts of space. Here so far. See if this contends. Ryder sticks with her. Boston momentum. Clark, the bounce pass. Turner.
Actions, and you're trying to get number floor. It could be when you reverse the ball. You
Known for her defense.
Indiana and something Stephanie.
Gray feeding inside. A cutting Jones would respond with a run. Jones with 11 points.
4. She's not played with 6.
Knows that better than the Fever head coach Stephanie. And Walker Kimbrough with the steal.
Chance to block it.
The third quarter.
And then
Hillman, kick back out. Gray shaking, sets up Turner. Ties advantage. Kick back out for a nice job to save it. Boston. Fever have done a good job of here in the third. Nitpicky to find anything you didn't like in the open.
they full court pressed. Certainly have had multiple length.
Boston fading and hit. He'll be skyrocketing up those charts. Very briefly. Still extra pass. Howard hangs. Shot two. We'll head back to the free throw line. Caldwell blows by Clark, pulls up. Walker far denied him by a definitive margin. Age 34, that's something she was looking kind of. Clark from the mid. Cross-court pass, Walker Kimbrough wide open from that same.
It's like a lack of connectivity tonight, that run. Brianna Jones arrest.
Caitlin Clark not on the floor. 28-point quarter. Walker
and Stephanie White digging into that.
Tori Walker Kimbrough used together. Maryland foul. Mitchell drives by Walker Kimbrough and got us started here with 3 straight threes, but he picks her up. Boston coast to coast. Howard gets by Mitchell, leans in. Jones is 4 of 6 from Canada. Likely will be the starting point.
Possession. The screen.
Mitchell on the drive gets it. Starters. It starts to hurry. Boston fires it up. Really been impactful. Driving on Mitchell. Turnaround. And
to know that she knocked down 47.
Shot clock down to 5 again. The pump bound. Jones spins on Boston. Reverse. Jones left alone. She will launch.
Oh! Threes. And Caitlin Clark's had
And Jones trying to break it down. Howard gets her hand.
good job of dialing up the defense.
Good call. They'll say she's going up with it, so now you can feel this building come alive. Oh, a charging Jones. Oh, she got away with Tricious. Bounces. Howard left. Miner has the size. Ducks in. Oh, it's the second team foul of the quarter. The larger Griner.
Hard to guard.
And social services. Boston. Assignment. Gray spinning, fading.
Stephanie White's done a good job offensively. Move screener and make herself available that way.
Clark has
Spot on the handoff.
bounce pass in. Mitchell draw. And Mitchell on Boston turns and Mitchell sidestep and just 65% from the. Reiner turns, bouncing for Boston. Boston lays Atlanta in August last year, and Jones ducks in.
Travel.
Mitchell right up the middle. Run in Indiana, who's trailed by Dub down to 5. Gray hoists. Clark behind the back launches. Clark bouncing. Boston. And India. Howard firing her way inside.
You sure that's not offense?
And she's 4 of 4 from the line. Maker from the line. And timeout. Howard pulls it down. 90-89 of the season.
Last set.
Defensive rebound here by Jones. Howard left wide open, her third.
Instead of her taking that long two.
There by Jones. Boston circling. And draw. Howard on the drive, the left hand. TX.
Just absolutely just graphic, and she turns it over. It's the opposite. Phenomenal for Caitlin Clark.
Boston, pretty crossover, gets to the rim.
I love it. So skilled. The details are in her game.
Anna hit 3 threes in the first half. Howard's already hit. Backing in on Brianna Turner. And flips it. Clark spinning her way off Gray, uses her body, hangs and draws.
You're already beat. 50, so smart with the ball.
The steal, it's a 3-on-2. Clark back for Mitchell, she will launch. And
it's a really good timeout by Stephanie White. How her team has responded.
And finish. The defense there by Boston.
Better job though. Watch, she's going to pull Brianna Jones way out.
Launches.
It's just a smart play not to go into any out.
All on the floor stands. That's about as close as you can do it. Howard. Mitchell, all sorts of space. Single one on Saturday. Atlanta's made a lot of them here so far. See if this can fakes the handoff. Drives at Griner, spins. Griner sticks with her. Boston. Indiana gaining momentum. Clark, the bounce pass.
Trying to create it all the time with your actions, and you're trying to get a 3-on-2 on one side of the floor. It could be when you reverse the ball.
Anna Turner signed in the offseason, known for her defense.
Executed play by Indiana, and something Stephanie.
Gray feeding inside, a cutting jump to a lead. The Fever would respond with a run. Jones with 11 points.
Not playing the 4. She's not played with 6 around the rim.
No one knows that better than the Fever head coach, Stephanie. Dangerous pass. And Walker Kimbrough with the steal.
Rim body ball, and it gives Turner a chance to block it.
Howard scorching to start the third quarter.
And then
feed inside. Hillman, kick back out. Gray. Mitchell shaking, sets up Turner. Jones has the size advantage. Kick back out for a hit. Does a nice job to save it. Boston are into the penalty, and this is the one area the Fever have done a good job of here in the at their largest deficit. You have to be really nitpicky to find anything you didn't like in the open.
In the second quarter, they were down 11. They full court pressed. They've been disruptive and certainly have had multiple. You have to give her multiple looks with length.
Strong. Boston the rebound. Boston fading and hit her third year of her career. She'll be skyrocketing up those charts. 13 in the seconds. The portions of this one. Very briefly. Off the double screen. He's 2. Mitchell, extra pass. Howard hangs. Shot 2. So Boston will head back to the free throw line. Third quarter. Caldwell blows by Clark, pulls up. Walker on the loose ball game here so far tonight, and by a definitive margin, turnover margin. It's a lot like home, and at age 34, that's something she was looking. 12th year of her WNBA career, trying to find that. Clark from the mid-range. Cross-court pass, Walker Kimbrough. Mitchell wide open from that same % free throw shooter.
Just feels like a lack of connectivity tonight, but they got to get some stops to be able to get that run. Job in providing Brianna Jones a rest.
Caitlin Clark not on the floor.
Indiana some zone.
28-point quarter. Walker.
And Stephanie White digging into that.
Tori Walker-Kimbrough. And those two played 4 years together at Maryland. Esco, they did deem that a 3-shot foul.
The ball.
Mitchell drives by Walker-Kimbrough at the foul line. Howard got us started here with 3 straight threes in the 7 minutes. Here's Boston running the floor. Nobody picks her up. Boston coast to coast. Left. Howard gets by Mitchell, leans in. Here for Atlanta. Jones is 4 of 6. No Sophie Cunningham for Indiana. Jordan Canada likely will be the starting point.
Anticipate being one defensive possession. Got a little ghost action here. No, there's a screen.
Mitchell on the drive gets it. It's Hull and the 4 starters. To start 5. Boston has to hurry. Boston fires it up tonight off the bench. And they've certainly been impactful. Caldwell driving on Mitchell. Turnaround. And
play. And then having awareness to know that she knocked down 47.
Being hounded behind the back. Boston has it. Shot clock down to 5 again. But offensive glass. The 12th offensive rebound. Inside for Jones. Spins on Boston. Reverse. Jones left alone. Clark has the fever back within 7. It's just that signature Caitlin Clark shot. She will launch.
Oh! 1.5 minutes. They've hit 3 threes, and Caitlin Clark's had
a little zone here for Indiana. Jones trying to break it down. Howard gets her hand.
Stephanie White has done a really good job of dialing up the defense. That's one thing they're going to have to clean up.
That's a big call. They'll say she's going up with it. So now you can feel this building come alive. Howard driving on Hull, a charging Jones. Oh, she got away with a takes off Gray. She's got numbers if she pushes. Bounces. Howard left. Howard has the assignment. Griner has the size. Ducks in.
Oh. On Caitlin Clark.
Also just the 2nd team foul of the quarter. Bounce past Boston. On the larger Griner.
Action. That is so hard to guard.
Feature presented by Indiana Family and Social Services. Boston. Here is Gray. Hull has that assignment. Gray spinning, fading, fight with under 5 minutes.
Well, I think Stephanie White's done a good job offensively, been able to get off the ball and become a screener and make herself available that way. You're trying to beat Caitlin Clark to the spot on the handoff.
15 minutes. Hull's played a lot of her minutes so far. Bounce pass in. Mitchell.
Can't.
And Mitchell. Again. Griner backing in on Boston. Turns. And working off an array of screens. Finds Mitchell. Sidestep. And Indiana just 65% from the field. Back inside for Griner. Griner turns.
There's that drag screen.
Bounce it for Boston. Boston lays a tight one in Atlanta in August last year. And Boston on her. Jones ducks in.
Travel.
Beaver get over the hump. Boston handoff. Mitchell right up the middle. It's a 9-0 run in Indiana, who's trailed by double. Gray looking for Howard. Shot clock down to 5. Gray hoists. Clark trying to set up Hull. Clark behind the back launches. Their 2nd-year pro, Caitlin Clark. Clark bouncing. Boston. And Indiana. Howard behind the back on Mitchell. Howard firing her way inside.
Is that
through
off?
the contact?
You sure that's not offense?
A 77% free throw shooter. She's 4 of 4 from the line. Maker for the Fever. 8 points from the line. And 2. So that is the reset timeout. Howard had it blocked at the rim. Howard pulls it down. Indiana led 2-0, 90-89, and Atlanta earns their first win of the season.
Kind of struggled to get the ball in bounds on that last set.